Hello, Phoenix Within. Revisiting the past a little bit. Why is this channel called the Center of Disease? When I first started this channel, it was originally, and at the time, the ultimate goal was to do government debunks, express truths and avoidances the media was partaking in. And what sparked it was when I heard about the swine flu pandemic and had come across a link that was talking about, I think it was hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of vaccines, and I realized it was staged, etc. We hear nothing of it at this moment. It's so fake. There was no pandemic. There was no explosive viral activity, as they were claiming back in the day, aka medieval times, where supposedly millions to tens of millions would die. Honestly, flu itself killed more than this strain. I say both irony, but also the double helix being fortified to such levels to where the bypassing is just that's the beauty of bypassing. Nothing gets past bypassing. That's not the book. So essentially, you know why my channel was called the Center of Disease. It still is. I can't change it. YouTube doesn't allow you. No matter on that, I'll be changing it soon enough. The topic is going to be briefly on the Center of Disease as far as what I would do as far as my videos, government debunks. Earlier yesterday afternoon time, I was watching Channel 2 Action News. I live in Georgia, so you might be familiar with it. It's one of the worst. I mean, it's a local news station, so you can expect with local you're not going to get hardly any coverage. Well, I was surprised to hear, as synchronicity goes and the right timing, I was hearing that they were debating. This is a political fight as well, about microchips being put inside people's minds. I don't know what they were discussing before, but it sounds like they were on to something else as well. Of course, they're well on to something, but that being on local news, that says a lot. Microchips in the mind, this is something that Alex Jones has been talking about for a while, and can no longer be seen as theory. So again, the government transparency is extreme. And while watching the news, not but probably 20 minutes ago, with this recording, I let's see, I was watching Greta on Fox. Oh, okay. President Bush Jr. has, the topic was presidential poisoning, question mark afterward. They're saying poison, maybe? Virus? He's bedridden at the moment. I say the first stages of the ironies he's going to realize. And as I mentioned in, I don't know when I made this video, but at some point, when the first stages of these ironic realizations to occur, the first, whoever it might be, government related, will be affected, and this is a very direct cause. Okay, now moving on to ET news, which actually reminds me, earlier, yesterday, last night, I had seen a starship. I thought for a millisecond it was a plane, but no, it definitely was not. It was just as a star that I could look directly behind me, and the two were exactly identical. Moving quite slow, actually. It's very unique. just recently from one of my sources. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm reading an excerpt here. There is a massive object sitting outside Earth's orbit. And he says the shiznit is on the news. I guess he then says to prepare people. And 3 days ago, he asks me, this is when the event occurred 3 days ago, did you see the spot next to the sun, a shining spot, a shining spot? Okay. He says then also, after I said I didn't catch that, it's almost as bright as the sun. Asked me if I want to see an article making fun of it. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm too used to it. Okay. So, it seems like things are on key. I wasn't sure what would come first, ET intervention or an existent intervention. But as my primary prediction goes, that around the time the ETs are actually ready to land, they're ready to help us, the hybrid existence occurs. Okay. The latest news on monolithicalism, 5th edition, has been completed entirely. I made a video on this, but just want to verify that again. And I have officially Monolithicalism 2, The Legend of Irony, ready. And gotta say, absolute flow from the very start to where it begins. So that is now official. Now, I have a lot of excellent contacts, excellent friends, excellent beings that I talk to on Skype. I'm going to read some extreme information from the hybrid existence. When I say extreme, I mean radically extreme. She mentions that she thinks of me as a man of strength, like broad shoulders or something to protect us. And I say that's who protects who I am. And she says, why do I feel this? And it was very interesting. From here, it's pretty much flowing. I then say, I know you in a sense. Remind me of a priestess I knew where I came from. She asked, who is she? And I get some music set up. I believe her name is Awa, but she, in this world, is known as Inya. Many beings reflect others, which means those persons here are closely related to other beings from where I come from. I told her, you're like a star, but though you don't know, the stars laugh gently, knowing you'll know one day. Avatar also reflected her as well, however, maybe her very name itself. This happens sometimes, though quite rare. Inya, Awa, she is the sister of the castles within our flowing skies. Flowing means just indescribable. She herself, as the castles, themselves, are alive. Every other morning, she uses what we call a harmonica, however very different here. Much like a harp, but like a violin. Her symphony, music, the castles shimmer like stars. She plays sometimes for hours. The castles at times shed tears of bliss. These tears, not like rain, though looks like shimmering glitter, is beauty and bliss essences. The beings below stand outside in this rain and become blessed in ways I can't even imagine. She says, so beautiful. I met someone so beautiful, like a real fairy. Her name is Galina. But then say, after her melody, she returns to her gardens.